going to look at the angle of how entrepreneurially we can look at these things, right? So if you look at many of the developed countries as well, there was an Einstein who found the light, there was a JP Morgan who was an angel investor, you got a GE, right? So like that, people took up the problems in their hands and tried to figure it out. So quickly, if you look at the India startup ecosystem, there are three categories, right? The first one is about copying the US. They think that the apps can change the world. They write an app, eat lunch for an app as well. But it took like 15 years, 16 years for us to copy even Amazon, right? It was .com boom. We were struggling. So somebody has to find this cash on delivery, right? Which is not new. So India Post was doing for hundreds of years called VPP, right? So somebody has to marry the psychology of the Indian population with the technology developed in the US. Wow, it took 16 years for us to figure out. So there's a bit of frenzy going on that, so we will figure it. So I'm not going to go deeper in that. The second set is about the entrepreneurs who are doing fantastic work, who are playing on India's strength, what I call. So what is India's strength? Any guess? Huh? Population. So thanks to Prahlad, who made us look at population, the good thing. So no more triangles, right? So what else? What other strength we got? Yeah? Any other strength?
Human talent.
Talent, yes. Okay, good. Huh? Younger, yeah. So 50% of the countries without gray hairs. So we are a minority now. Yeah, what else? Yeah.
Bunch of problems.
There you go. So that's our strength, right? Today we have our strength is our problems. So we have next 20 years to build this country the way we want it. If we don't, if entrepreneurs are not jumping in, start finding solutions, we are going to copy China or US, and you're going to scratch your head, what do we do, right? So today California is banning glass buildings. Look at even IIM new structures with the glasses. So because our civil engineers are not looking at what is good for India, right? So the strength, what I call it, is our people. We have a lot of people, enough problems, and then we have a bit of technology as well. Technology doesn't meet Bangalore definition of technology, right? Which is an app. So whatever the structure, people are doing, studying metallurgy, go look at. Civil engineering, what can we do for structure that could look at this wisdoms available, or what is it? Outside is fantastic sun out there, right? So we got to cover it up, put lights around. So because our civil engineers are not looking at what is good for India, we're just copying what. So I'll give you a few examples of that, what is happening to. Glad Guha brought about Uttarakhand. So you have an investment called Avni in there. So he looked at these pine needles, which was introduced in the British 150 years. It killed the entire Himalayan ecosystem. So this entrepreneur said, okay, what is one of the problem I could solve is that there are pine needles every summer, it's coming on the thing, and it stops any germination of any plants. So I went to Katgodam, from there 9 hours of drive, fully fine trees, right? Rajini said, hey, it's a fantastic scenery. He said, that's a problem, because nothing else is growing here. So he did a simple thing, took the pine needles every summer out, keep the ground clear. In 5 years, in 5 acres, he did an experiment. It is growing Himalayan oaks and cypress. So we gave funding. So what he's doing now, he's taking these pine needles. What do we do? He picked up the technology developed by Indian Institute of Science, Professor Dasappa. He's putting all the pine needles, create a gas, put it in a turbine. It produces electricity. So the Uttarakhand is power surplus. He's selling back to the government. So his goal is about in the next 20 years, few thousand kilometers, I will bring the Himalayan ecosystem back. I will bring the power problem also in consideration. I will have job employment. People are migrating out of Uttarakhand. There's no jobs out there. I want to bring these people together as well. That's one area, right? So our problems, agriculture. 2,000 people are living out of agriculture every day. We are seeing Tamil Nadu farmers are committing suicide, which is we have never seen. We thought problems are in Vidarbha. So one of the reasons, supply chain mismanagement, right? So what we pay, only 30% go to the farmers. So we have an investment called Freshwall. It is trying to bring the farmers and consumer together, but in a different way. If you look in Bangalore, there are 3,000 tons of veggies consumed. So how do we change this element? Because it is completely managed by like 4 or 5 mafia, right? They decide the price. The Hoskete farmers show up at night at the KR market. If you go at like 2 a.m., you see the haggling going on. So that is one area. So 3,000 tons, mostly it's moved by the pushcart vendors. So they are in a 18th century. So he went to NID, developed electric vehicle, put all the technology possible, GPS, tablet, electronic weighing machine, all of that. Go to the farmers directly buy, put it in this vehicle, have this pushcart vendors drive around, right? So today he was doing 8 tons. So the major e-commerce company in Bangalore today does 20 tons. So that's the beauty of it, because there is a bit of frenzy going on about the copy model. People think that everybody got a phone, smartphone, right? Which is not true. Every entrepreneur I meet at NSR Sal, my first question that how many people in Bangalore has internet access, right? They say everybody, which is not true. We have an Ejipura. We have a care market. People don't look at that. So we are becoming indifferent because we are sitting in Google and searching. Google does not cover 400 million people who do not have electricity in India. There's no cyber footprint. You got to go catch the real footprint to understand. So this is what some of these enterprises are doing. Sahas, for example, it's a fantastic story about environment. So in the developed world, you just gather all that stuff, put it in a place, put a laser technology, burn, create energy or whatever, right? So here is a completely innovative model about zero waste campus. I'm happy to say that IIM today is a zero waste campus. 900 kgs, what is produced every day is being recycled. So it's a very unique model which is working fantastic for our way of doing things. So 30 tons every day in Bangalore is managed in a recycled way. So these are all the potential possibilities, how we could look at the problems, find solution that can be applicable to us as well, bring some element of technologies. Acumen, we've invested in a company in Tiruchi that does 100 crores building toilets. So in that, there is a technology. What is that? No septic tanks. Because if you put a septic tank, you got to haul around, the feces and dump it somewhere. They put a twin pit model. You just send it to one pit, when it's full, send it to the other pit. 3 months, open your first pit, put your hand in, you got a fertilizer. So that's the best for the rural area because they're all using it as a fertilizer. They have done 1 lakh toilets so far, 100 crore company. So this is where that we have to look at what can be done because if we do not help the rural economy probably survive, what happened, they all end up in slums here, we all exploit them, right? And then create a company like Howjoy, organize the maids because the maids is not a problem, but we're not paying them properly, right? Minimum you need 20,000 bucks to have a decent life in India, Bangalore, but you pay 2,000 bucks, right? And she has to work 10 places. She's not going to be reliable. So technology is not going to solve. An app is not going to solve. If we got to go and see what can we do. I always joke, you send all the maids out of Bangalore tomorrow, put only one maid, she can charge 4 lakhs a month. Somebody's there willing to pay her. It's just a purely supply-demand mismatch, which is happening part of the urbanization. So people like this, have the farmers happy there, handloom, go co-op. That's organizing all the handlooms together. We have 24,000 cooperatives in India doing in textiles. That's the second largest employment is textiles in India. So what this guy's done, he brought all this 4,000 cooperatives online. We directly work with the buyers in the US because it's a green product. So we're able to get a premium because in UB City, you get a handcrafted Italian leather for 1 lakh because Sharkan wears, or the Swiss watch that he shows, right, the tag. But we bargained for 100 rupees sari, right? Because it's a handloom. There is no perception of value in it. That somebody is spending 1 month weaving that sari, but we bargained for 100 bucks. But we're happily buy the Italian leather shoe or a Swiss watch for whatever it is. So that's the perception is changing. We are working with Levi's now to start a Khadi line because we believe that if Levi's tells you, people will start wearing Khadi, right? Otherwise, Khadi is for NGO people. So this is the perception that we need to change today. 4,000 cooperatives. He's doing fantastic because his market is all US. Now we got a person from New York buying ikat fabric from us. We asked, what do you do with that? She's making gowns for Michelle Obama. So when we put that picture, I'm sure, I'll see more and more people wearing ikat. So this is the potential, how we can look at all these elements. But someone also said, when this corporate greed comes, you have a problem. That's where we have to measure these companies on 3 parameters: people, profit, and planet. So that's what we are doing around impact investing. We're not only measuring the revenue element, the profit element, what is the impact that they're able to create in people's life, what is the impact on planet. So today, all my portfolio is using recycled papers, right? My business card is from the recycled papers that Sahas is bringing it. The organic restaurant we have, all the flyers are made in recycled paper coming from Sahas. So like that, you start utilizing some of these elements, we could make a difference. We could show some model that could work for India, which can show the rest of the world. Because last point is about Unifor. 1.2 billion people, only 250 million speaks English. There's 1 billion don't speak English. That's a problem this guy took. So we funded him 2 years back. Yesterday, he was named by Times Magazine top 10 millennials in the worldwide. He's the only one Indian to participate. Because he picked up the voice as a problem because all of us, without seeing a script, speak 2-3 languages, right? How? Voice recognition, talking. So today he has around 6 patents with IIT Chennai, 260 languages covered. The world has 250 languages. So there's a potential, right? How he is able to solve a problem. Tribal in Gujarat can take a 500 rupee Nokia phone, do an entire bank transaction using her voice, because her voice is her password. It is a fantastic biometric. Time magazine recognized, he got a fantastic reward. It is also an investor as well. I got 5x in 1 year. So fantastic. So solve a problem entrepreneurially, bring these three elements of people, profit and planet. We have a potential to grow business. Thanks a lot.